Today's program is date of birth. This is generally a bit complex program, but if we break it into 4 different parts, which are very easy, so overall it becomes very easy. So the 4 parts are: you have to check the validity of the entry of the date of birth. You just check if the number of digits is 8 or not. To check the validity of the day, like the day of the month of the year. Day of the month. For example, if it's 2024, which is a leap year, and it's February, it must be 28. Like if the date of the month must the given by the user must be under less than 28 or 28. For if it's December, if it must be either 30, 31 or less than 31. And if the month has only 30 days and we have entered 31, it will be wrong. So that's it. Check the leap year or not. Check if it is a leap year or not with just this sentence divided by 400, 4 and 100. After that, we check the day of the number of the year, not the day of the number of the years. In 365 or 366, which day is it? According to the enter of the date of birth. So I'm CJ and welcome to Education Valley. Today we have another amazing video on the Java program. So let's do it. We have to go through everything. We have taken 2 examples which are perfect to demonstrate the leap year stuff. So first of all, we take the input in the right format, and we also specify in the system.out.println that we have to take in which format we have to take the input in. After that, we check the number of digits in that number, because we are taking at 0, like we are just taking plain numbers. So we have to specify in which format it is. After that, we just check how much digit are there in that number. So for our case, it will be just 8 digits. So for 8 digits, we are using the reverse checking here, kind of. So if it's greater or if it's less than 8 digits, it is a wrong input. If it is a right input, if block has the wrong input, and if otherwise it's a right input, and then we can process the rest of the data. So the first thing is done. Like if we break it into 4 halves, each half is very simple. The first half is done. Second is checking the validity of the day. Third is checking if it's a leap year or not. And fourth is finding the day of the number in the year. So for that, we will have to get the year, month and the day out of from that entered number. So for that, what we do, this is what we simply do to extract numbers without using strings or any other method. So this is what will happen. If we just divide it by multiples of 10. We just divided by the multiples of 10. The number of digits we want, like in case since it is a date of birth, so the number of digit will be the number of digit we want for the year. For the first year will be 4. So that it will be the number of zeros behind 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It will divide. The quotient will be 2805 and the remainder will be 1947. So we will get the year using modulus. After that, we take this quotient using division and store it into another variable x. After that, it's very easy. We will use the same principle, divide 2805 by 100. We require the last 2 digits, so we remove the last 2 digits. We use 2 zeros to extract the last 2 digits. Simply, it separates out the 28 and it separates out 05. Perfect. Sure. So now we have the year, the day, and the month. Now we can proceed ahead. For this program, what we are doing is we are taking all the month number, we are taking the days in the month. Now we are taking the number of days in the month, and then we are so this is the nuance with adding the day number. This array is running one step behind the previous array. Like the first is empty, after that we are adding 28 here, 31, 30, 31, 30 and 31. It ends right here because at the last we'll be adding the day number of that which month it is directly, because we have the already date. So until then we are adding the days of the previous month which has crossed in our loop. Basically we are just adding the previous month's number of days until that month comes. For example, if we take the 5th month, for example, May, so it will add till 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will add till 30, and after that the loop will end and it will add the 28 from our that day. Okay, so this is the used to get the day number from the year using that month, and respectively if it's a normal year or a leap year. After that we just go to check whether it is a valid date or not. How is a date valid or not? So first date is valid in this example and the second date is not. How is it not valid? Because if you see, the month is February but the day is 31st, so there is no 31st in actually February, so it is wrong date and the first one is the right date. How will we check it? So we already have the loops here. We have not loops, we have the arrays to check if it is what is the number of value in that particular month of that year. We have different for leap year and normal year. So if you see, if the number in the array is, if the date is less than or equal to the numbers in the array, it is a valid day of that month, otherwise it is not. And this is the basic logic. So 28 is in the 5, it will be 31, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will be 31 and it will be valid. But in 31st 02, which is a leap year 2024, it will be 1, 2. It should be 29, but I have written 31st, so it will be invalid year. So that's how we check validity of the day of the year. Final day number, we went through that. After that we have to just left checking the leap year. So this is the rule of the Gaussian calendar rules. So basically this will happen. Let's go with the example 1900. Okay, so to be a leap year, it should be divisible by 400, or it should be either be divisible by 400 or it must be divisible by 4 and not divisible by 100. These are the rules of the Gaussian calendar rules. Okay, so let's go with the two examples to demonstrate that. 19004, remainder is 300, so no, it will go to the second part. Divided by 4, 475, and remainder is 0. But it is also divisible by 100, so 1900 is not a leap year. But then comes 2024. It is not divided by 400, it is divided by like when I say divided, it means completely divided and gives a remainder of 0. So it is divided by 4 and gives a remainder of 0, and it is not divided by 100 because it gives a remainder of 24. So exactly we accomplished the second part. It was not divisible by 400, otherwise it would have been directly a leap year. It came to second part. It was divisible by 4. It left the remainder 0, and it was not divisible by 100. It was not divisible by 100 because it left the remainder of 24. So it is a leap year. Second is a leap year. The first one is not, because it was remainder. Remainder was 0, and it should not be 0, or the first part should be right. So this is all what is in this program. After that, we just print it, and we print it if v is greater than 0. We take 0. After that, we I didn't think. Yeah, let's go to the validity part. I skipped the validity part. So check validity of the day. If a is equals to 0, if a is equals to 0, that means it is not leap year. So if the day is less than or equal to the day of the previous month, -1. Why it is -1? Because it will, in arrays and strings, it always runs one step before the actual part which it should be. So for example, the month is first month, second month, third month, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th month. But it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3 in computer programming. So that's how we will check -1. That's why it is -1 here. M1 and M1L. L is just leap year modification. So if day is less than or equal to m-1, that means if it is in the range of the maximum allowed, it will give v++ and it will be a valid month. So that was all in this program. We just took an input using object. We took the right input in the right format. After that, we checked the number of digits. Once we checked the number of digits, we separated the year, the month, and the year, the month, and the date. Then we displayed the date. After that, we took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arrays. 2 is for counting the date, and 2 is for the real number. After that, we checked for it whether it is a leap year or not using divisible 400, or it is divisible by 4 and not divisible by 100. We did a++ there. A++, we are using it multiple times. Okay. Basically, if it's a++, if it is a leap year. After that, we add the numbers to account for the day of the year it is. In this also, we use the a to check if it is a leap one or normal one. Leap one or normal one. In this, we took a variable day number plus. This works like day number is equals to day number plus dc bracket I. So in this loop, we add till the previous because it's running one step behind. So it will add till the previous month. For example, if it is 5 or 6, whichever it is, it will add. For example, let's say it is just February. Okay. So February 0. It will add January, and after that the loop will break. Once the loop breaks, it will add the actual date from that day of the February it is, and the day number of that year will be displayed. If a is equals to 0, this then checks, we then check validity, we again check it is a non-leap year, and then it's a leap year. We just change which arrays we are using according to leap or not. If day is less than equal to, like if it falls within the range of what it should be, it is v plus plus, otherwise otherwise if it will not be v plus plus and v will remain 0. If v remains 0, if v is greater than 0, then we display it is a valid date and with the day number, otherwise it is not a valid date. Let's run this program 2 times. 2805 1 0 0. Okay, so this is not a leap year and it is a valid date, and the day number of this date is 148. Hence 3102 2024. Didn't write too much. 2024. Okay, this is not a valid date because 31 of course lies outside of the February. It's not a valid date. This is but it is a leap year. So this was the program, date of birth, and we did it. Thank you for watching.